Hello, everyone. It's Shanavia, BKA Nay, and I just wanted to say, hey, happy February. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, and I just found out today that it's my 4-year anniversary of having my YouTube channel. So you probably don't know that because I had disappeared for 3 years, right? So, but even though I had left for a while, I still wanted to come on here and do a video in celebration of my anniversary. So since my highest view video on YouTube so far is my Why I Tithe video, I want to talk about tithing again. So back then I sold that video was based on me sowing the highest amount I ever sold, over, hundreds. It was over 100 amount. And I did that because, I had it. When you got thousands of dollars, what's one? What's 1 out of 10, So it was easy then, but I want to do another video about tithing to say that even though, because I know as I'm human, and I know that I'm not going to say that every single time that I get a decent amount of money that I cited. Because sometimes you got to put that money other places. I like, oh, I got these bills I got to pay. Oh, I got to do this and all this stuff. But then when you think about it at the end of the day, God is my provider. That's what I say for myself. God is my provider. So me having this money is something that he provided. First of all, he gave me the ability to make wealth. So me going to get my taxes done, me doing a job to get this money, all this stuff, he gives me the ability to produce wealth. So how can I rob him? That's what the Bible say too. Talking about robbing God. And I should find the scriptures and list them below. But I know that's probably in Malachi, but I don't want to rob God. He blessed me, and then I'm thinking about myself. I'm thinking about myself. But where's my faith? Where's my faith at if I can't pay the Lord first? Now, I can still say, like, sometimes I can't pay myself first because I'm like, oh, I got all these bills and all this stuff. Because that's what they tell you to do to produce wealth in your life. But, excuse me, I just feel like sometimes it's a scary thing. And I just want to let people know that I've been there. I'm not all the way out of it either. Not every big time I get money have I sold first. Sometimes I give a percent, 1% out of not the 10, or maybe I give 50% of what I earned or what I get. I said 50%, my bad, 0.5 or something. But yeah, I don't always give my full 10% every single time I get a decent amount of money. And, it's just me being transparent with you all and let you know that it's hard for me too. But I'm starting to realize a lot more that is tithing is I'm storing my riches in heaven. I'm not just down here building up wealth and all this stuff and then knowing I can't take it with me anyways. I may not get as much as I should if I'm not giving the Lord all he deserves. So I'm just here to say I'm going to continue to tithe. I am a tither. This is a tithing house. That's what I said in my prayer, right? So I just encourage you to tithe. Start with what you can, If you can't tithe the 10%, sow. Sowing is good too. Sowing is giving what you can, I guess. I don't know what the definition of sowing is, but I know that sowing helps activate that tithe, I'm sure, or something. I don't know. I'm just talking. But do what you feel, but I suggest that you tithe because I know that the Lord blesses me and has blessed me and pulled me out of some things, probably because I tithe when I felt like I didn't have it. Sometimes I tithe the little that I get on with my mustard seed. I had my little mustard seed of money and I gave it to the Lord instead of giving it to whoever else. It might not have been enough for them, but I bet you it was enough for the Lord when I give it to him. If I ain't got nothing, I give him my something. It counts. If I gave my something that's going to be nothing to them, they're like, well, what we going to do with this $10 out of your $350 bill or something, So I'm just suggesting, and I'm just putting it that way, that I will sow it to the person that, and don't think of it as you're giving to man. Yes, you're giving to a church, and that's owned by man, and but it's like you're paying to keep that house open. If you sowing to somebody, and you tithing somewhere, I would think that you trust the people that you're tithing to in some kind of sense to direct you. They're a leader to you, right? So I would think that if this is your leader, you should trust them enough to want to keep the place that they are ministering in open with lights on and heat and all this stuff. You got to go there, right? They don't get paid for that. So they need some money to pay the bills some kind of way. So I get that. And on top of that, I mean, it is people. I can say that I wouldn't give my money everywhere. And that's just me. That's just me. Everybody that call themselves a pastor and every place they say is a church, I'm not gonna I'm not giving my 10% to everybody and anybody, okay? But that's where you have to have some type of discernment. That's where you hear from the Lord. That's where you get this feeling, and you move how you feel the Lord is leading you to move, okay? Sometimes you may have to pay your money into that sanctuary, in that place, in that time for that. But the Lord may bless you another way. You know how in this Black History Month. So back in the day, you got these people who were done wrong, but some of these people still did right. Not just because they were scared, but if you look at the word, it tells you that you're supposed to work as if it's to the Lord and not to man. So you may be doing something. I've been in work situations where I dealt with supervisors and team leaders and all these people who act like it was their place of business. It's not your place of business. You a worker like me. But I'm supposed to follow what you say because you're the one in that position to tell me what to do. So I have to suck it up and do what I got to do in this place until the Lord see me out. And that's what he did for me when I was working in the plant. And I kept dealing with those kind of people. I had to get my attitude right because it was me that was in the wrong. If I still had the same attitude over and over again, I was going to keep encountering the same kind of people over and over again. So when I changed my outlook and my perspective and started correcting myself, reading the word, shutting up, fixing my attitude towards things, the Lord saw me out. He saw me out. He gave me a way out. And it was like unexpected because it was very unexpected. It was all God. And God opens doors up for you in the proper timing. So I'm trusting God's timing. And I'm telling you that I'm just trying to share my testimony. It may be all over the place, but I hope that it helps somebody if you made it to this part. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe, please. And come back and see me again later. Peace.